Hello, beautiful Leos. Welcome into your reading. So glad to have you here. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. We've got the Lightseer's Tarot, and we also have the Mystical Wisdom Oracle deck that we'll be using in today's reading. So let's go ahead and dive into it. What does Leos need to know in this current moment? What are they needing to know? Is there any sort of advice? Is there any sort of knowledge that they need to obtain? We have King of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. Six of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Knight of Cups. Knight of Wands. Okay. And the Seven of Wands. Very interesting energy. We've got a lot of wands on the bottom. And we've got two cups, two swords. Okay. King of Cups, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands. Okay. So the energy that I'm picking up on is that there is either someone around you, or maybe that you're connected with, that makes pretty good, wise choices, very stable, mature choices. They aren't very bothered by a lot of things. Or this could even be you. You could even be this energy of someone that is capable of making great foundationed choices, grounded choices, things like that. But whatever the connection is between you and this person, I feel like there's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of energy where you're not exactly sure what's going on. Maybe things are happening around you that you're just like very confused by, misled by. And there is potential foreshadowing that I think is taking place here of you thinking that maybe this is an energy that is coming to an end, or maybe this is a connection that you see walking away from you. Something like that. Where you're just not sure like where this is supposed to be going. You're not sure if this has a positive ending, or you're not sure if this is going to have a negative ending. And kind of just see it just being an energy of you kind of tiptoeing around this person, kind of like how this energy is here, where you're not wanting to make things kind of worse. You're not wanting to make things get tilted, I guess you could say, or explode. You're kind of making sure that you're in the energy of protection, for that matter. And there's an energy here also where there's a lot of self-belief that you are doing a lot of good things. You're doing a lot of right things. You're optimistic, you're passionate, you're being like open and resonant, connective, things like that. And you probably do have a lot of good things that are going on around you. But there's just something that I feel like you're just picking up on. There's these slight mannerisms that I feel like you are noticing between you and this person. Or it might even be multiple people. It might be the connection that you have with people in general, where you're starting to notice like mannerisms of like disgust, or maybe energies of like, I don't know how long this person's going to remain in my life, or maybe there's just a lot of bad communication between you and certain individuals, or certain things like that. And you feel like the exchange is good from your perspective. But it almost seems like there's an energy here of potentially needing to be more humble on your approach to connections with people. Or maybe be more humble in how you represent yourself or present yourself to these people. Maybe these people are looking at you of like, oh, this person, like, and I know Leos. I know how Leos can be. You're pretty much really enriched in your own power and your own self-belief and things like that, which is great. It's great to have confidence. It's great to be, self-centered and the energy of who you are and having the power that you have and having the focus that you have and having the determination to make things happen. But at the same time, is there ego involved here that makes it seem like you are either doing too much or you're coming across as something that is nasty, or the way that you said something came across as nasty to a point where you're offending people? Are you noticing these things, or are you not noticing these things? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're thinking that from your point of view, that's just who you are, right? But I just feel like the energy of humility, humbleness, is a good energy to obtain. It's a good energy to add to this mix, and it could potentially save the energy of the connections that you have with either a particular person or the energies of how you interact with other people. And this could, obviously come at a energy of an apology as well, with the Knight of Cups being here. Could be an energy of you apologizing, or you making an offer of like, hey, like, look, I noticed that I had this pattern of being overeager or sounding like I know everything, or, flaunting my stuff or whatever, but I'm going to be a little bit different. I'm going to add some humility to my repertoire, I guess you could say, and start changing your ways just a little bit. It feels like that's something that is needed, where being a bit more grounded, present, being aware of other people's energies, and being knowledgeable of what those people are thinking or saying. Maybe there's not a good amount of communication between you and these people. Maybe it's good to get feedback. Maybe it's good to see what they have to say, because if you are over boasting or overdoing things, it's going to come across as kind of like an energy of people either being jealous or people being like, I don't want anything to do with this person. They're putting me down by comparing themselves to me or whatever else. And I think this could save a lot of those energies, a lot of those connections that you have with people. So we have, with the Oracle cards, we have Illusion, Embrace the Truth, Money, Find a Way to Make Abundance, and Dragon, Discover Your Courage. So I know it's hard to make changes about ourselves, even if we believe that our self is right? But the illusion here is kind of speaking a lot of truth to the story that has been told so far with the tarot, is that maybe you are seeing things a certain way of how it should be, or you have the right to be confident, or you have the right to celebrate your accomplishments or things like that. But it's almost like if you make the right tweaks to change something, even though you are very hesitant to make those changes, I feel like it will add more value later on, right? Even though you feel like you shouldn't, or you've worked this hard to deserve this or whatever else, I just feel like it will add more abundance to you. It would add more receiving back to you, reciprocating energies back to you, and it will also allow you to do more. It would also allow you to further connections, because even though you're being yourself, if you're able to actually find the truth of like what the situation needs you to be like, then I think it's going to give you the amount of energy to like take things further, right? Invest more, invest a bit further into it and get more out of it. And even though you might not want to do that right off the hip, because you are basically seeing it the way that you need to for yourself, or the way that you think you should, you're going to be able to find that energy to do the right thing for the right outcome that you're wanting. Okay? So embrace the truth of the situation. Don't allow yourself to see a certain picture because that's the way you want to see it. Allow yourself to see the situation the way that it's supposed to. Maybe even getting the feedback from these people to see if like maybe you are coming across a bit more aggressive and not as humble as you should be, and then finding the energy of being humble to add that certain quality to uplift the energies to produce more for you in the long run. So what is the illusion here that Leos are facing? Then we'll get into the advice. All right, let's see. Nine of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Empress. Okay. So the illusion here is that everything is good. Everything needs your final touch. Everything has to have your touch. Decisions have to be made by you, or you have to finalize decisions, things like that, or everything has to be in your likeness, and that you are giving that sweet, sensitive side of yourself. Maybe you are thinking that you are giving your divine feminine energy, but you are like rushing in with more of your divine masculine, and you're not really presenting those energies like you think you are, and it's not coming across as that. Maybe it's coming across more blunt and more forceful and more direct versus being a bit more catering and a bit more of the higher vibrant type of energy, loving energy. I think that's kind of where it's coming from, is that you are more driven, direct. You can only respond to someone within a split second, and then you have to turn your attention to something else. So the more that you're in a rush, the more that you're in the energy of do, like really fast and get it done by a timeline, more that you are kind of in the energy that affects other people the worst. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. And obviously you're seeing it in a different light. You're seeing it like you're doing your job. You're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. You might think that you are being sweet and nice. Maybe you're monotone, I don't know, and it's not coming across with the emotions in your voice. So maybe that's where it's coming from, but the illusion is there. The illusion is kind of powerful in this regard, that you're just not seeing how you're presenting yourself to circumstances here. So what is the advice here for Leo? And for the Leos that have made it this far into the video, what is your favorite zodiac sign other than yourself? Who do you connect with best? What other zodiac sign do you connect with best? Really interested to hear. All right, the advice. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Wands. Okay, so there's a lot of information that's coming from these 3 cards for me. One, I feel like this is a time where you are having to see what other people are doing for you more than you realize that they are. Okay? I feel like the universe is helping you out. The energies are presenting themselves to you. But are you willing to see that? Are you willing to see how the things are working out in your favor? Are you willing to see what part people have in your progress, into your success, things like that? What is the universe doing for you, and allowing yourself to accept that, allowing that to come in, allow that to add to your momentum and add to your progression towards what you are wanting to receive and things like that. And then also, this is a time where you need to see what's working, what's not working, what things that you can tweak, what things that you can change. And then also, I feel like you have to align with achieving your goals the way that needs to be aligned with. And then also, everybody is kind of like family, or everybody should be treated as family. And that should be kind of like your approach. Like if you're dealing with a business partner, yes, they are a business partner, but can you treat them like family? Can you treat them like you would your brother or sister, or maybe even your mother and father, things like that? Or if it's somebody that is just a friend, that you recently just connected with, or maybe even a work partner, can you have that same kind of relationship too? Can you break down those walls of being guarded and being blunt and be more compassionate, be more like, let me wrap my arm around you, give you a hug if I'm telling you a message? Because I kind of feel like that goes a long ways. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that a simple touch, and I feel like Leos are kind of this way. I feel like a simple touch on the shoulder or simple like wrap around arm hold kind of thing, if, obviously people are okay with that, can go a long way whenever you're giving a direct message to somebody. I feel like it allows you to connect with them on a deeper level, and you grasp their attention a lot more, and they are able to see what you're saying versus just hearing what you're saying, So just allow the body language, allow your voice to express things the right way, and treat everybody like family, and treat everybody like how you would want to be treated as well. So that's kind of the advice here. Hopefully all this makes sense. And I really, really appreciate you all being here and allowing me to read for you. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop them down below in the comments. I love you all so much. And until next reading, I hope you all take care.